All right, welcome to another episode of Perspective. I'm here with Jason Albini, who's in somewhat of a shutdown in California.
Yep.
You're in the Bay Area, right?
Bay Area, California. I'm like 20 minutes from San Francisco.
Okay.
With traffic, that's an hour and a half when it's
I'm
a
curious, what
regular way.
city?
What city am I in?
Yeah.
It's called Pinole. Pinole. Pinole.
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
it's a Native American word for acorn mush.
Yeah, I lived in the Bay Area for about 10 years, 6 years in Antioch.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy smokes! Where
Yeah.
we're at?
I lived in Concord. I lived in
Wow.
Newark. I lived in Antioch.
Man, so you know where Pinole is then. You had to have known
Yeah,
Pinole.
yeah. I'm familiar with the Bay.
That's crazy, dude. I had no idea. That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, I love the Bay, man.
Yeah, well, I'm sure we'll dive into why you moved out to Utah and everything.
It's definitely, I got real quick, I just gotta tell you that when I moved out here, it was just such a cultural shock.
Uh-huh.
Like, so I came out here in high school, and just like high school, I like walked down, I was like, man, there are a lot of white people here. Like, so I was used to like a bunch of Hispanics, bunch of black people, a bunch of like Asians, like in my high school.
Exactly. Diversity, right? Yeah.
Yeah, like it was crazy. But no, man,
Man.
so if you can you introduce yourself, like, what you're up to, what you're doing right now?
Yeah, of course. So I'm Jason Richardson Albini. I'm 28 years old. I'm a martial artist, kickboxing trainer, fitness trainer. I've been in martial arts since the age of 8, so that's about 20 years. I write poems. You can see that at hashtag Jason's Poems on Instagram. I'm into sports cards, garage selling. I'm also into, I have a podcast as well. It's called Kicking It with Jason. What else am I up to? Yeah, that's me. I'm in my journey, I'm in my process, and my main thing that I do is training. So, with everything going on right now, I've been doing a lot of virtual training online. That's been new. Yeah, that's my life. I every day I love giving people the work out of their life. I love getting people fit. I love exercising as well, and just trying different things and learning different things. So, and I'm here in the Bay Area, California. I've been here all my life. Like I used to live in Concord. There's a mall out there called the Sun Valley Mall. Remember that mall, Sun Valley Mall?
Yeah, I know them all.
Yeah. Sun Valley Mall, they have a store, Disney store. So I'm a big Disney fan. I haven't been to the Disney store in a while, but I love Disney stuff. I got my Disney backpack right here next to me, actually. So I'm a big Disney fan. At some point, I would love to do some content on Disney, a lot more content on Disney. But yeah, that's me, man. That's me.
Sweet, man. So, focusing on real quick on your martial arts. So
Yeah.
you're a personal trainer and doing kickboxing, right?
Yes, sir.
Well, and you said you started martial arts when you were 8.
8 years old. Yep.
So what got you into that? Was that something that like your parents are like, hey, you want to try this? Was that something you're like, I just want to be able to kick people's butts? Like what what got you
Yeah.
into that?
Well, definitely from my mom and dad's perspective, and what they wanted from me and my brother, they wanted us to be active, how to defend ourselves, what to do when strangers are around, and how to avoid that. So that was the big part for that reason. Just have something constructive. We were boys, so we needed the discipline. We needed to learn how to lead. I'm not saying because boys didn't know how to lead, but just because we were young boys, right? We need to learn how to have some kind of structure in our life. But for me and my brother, we like Power Rangers and Dragon Ball Z and Ninja Turtles, and we were always boxing each other with socks in our hands, pretending they were boxing mitts. So it was good for us to be in something that was physical, that was fun, that made us feel like we were superheroes. So that's why we started karate, and we've been in it ever since. So that's why I got started. I love it. I love the martial arts for the hard work it taught me, the work ethic, the teamwork, the family aspect of it all. And even now I still continue to learn and see from when I was 8 years old how everything applies now even at a greater scale. So that's why I started.
Awesome, man. So
Yeah.
yeah, obviously it sounds like you love it. So what made you want to, I guess, want to teach that to other people?
What made me want to teach to other people? Well, when I was a kid, we were always training, right? Just constantly training. I was always had a coach to help me, and I always felt and saw the results of that, like having somebody teach you what they learned and passing along what they learned, and just helping you get that kick better, get that punch better, get your your athleticism better, and just naturally, you start doing it with your teammates. You start wanting your teammates to be better. You just start working with your teammates one on one. You start setting up your own sessions together. And then as I grew up as a teenager and into adulthood, I was just always teaching classes. As a teenager, as a young teen, I was teaching classes, assisting classes, running my own classes, and it just came natural because I liked it, so I wanted to teach other people it. Right? It was like I almost was born to do it. So yeah, everything I'm doing right now, it's like I'm playing every day. I'm having fun every day because it's what I've been doing for the last 20 years. So when I wake up, I hit the mat, I hit the gym. It just came natural because I've been doing it for so long.
Yeah, it sounds like you love teaching. Like you just got like one of those teaching spirits.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, it's challenging, but that's what makes it fun. Is you got to learn how to help people see things in a different way because not everybody's the same. Learning variations of a technique, using a lot of imagination to help people see, how to do a technique correctly. It's fun. It's fun.
So do you have your own gym or are you working at someone else's gym right now?
Yes, I work at a gym. I have goals to have a gym one day. But yeah, I've been at the same gym with the same people all my life. It's like a brotherhood, a sisterhood over there. Yeah, they watched me grow up since I was a young kid. I seen the owners; they're like brothers, and well, the owner and the wife, they're like a older brother and sister to me. And then my coach, who's the brother of the owner, yeah, they're all like brothers to me, man. I seen them grow up before they had kids. Watched them go through college. Watched their school grow to here and there, and just all the different faces. So. Yeah, I'm at a school's called Dumla's Martial Arts, by the way. Our Dumla's Academy of Martial Arts. We do jiu-jitsu, we do Muay Thai, we do regular karate classes, and we have our fitness classes, our kickboxing classes.
Okay, so out of all the ones they just mentioned, which one's your favorite?
Which one's my favorite? Well, karate, because that's my background, right? My backbone. In the kickboxing, I love kickboxing. I know a little bit of basic jiu-jitsu, like really, really basic. How to if I'm on the ground, how to get up from there. If they're on top, how to reverse it, like the real basic stuff. How to prevent a choke, get into a choke, all that kind of things. But just a note here. Everybody should learn some basic self-defense. Like everybody, even if you train for like 4 to 6 months, I think everybody should learn some basic jiu-jitsu, basic boxing, because it just gives you peace of mind to be able to defend yourself. So that's my little pitch on the karate and self-defense. So
Hey, no, ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, I agree with. Honestly, I agree with that. I think especially like we both have lived in the Bay. We both know, it's not a bad idea to have that.
oh yeah, man. Yeah, there's knuckleheads and there's people that just try to take advantage of people. So yeah.
Cool, man. So I'm curious, with everything that's going on right now, with
Uh-huh.
coronavirus and everything, how have you guys been innovating with?
Man,
'Cause
yeah,
obviously, you'd be seeing people, one on one, or at least like face to face
yeah,
in person.
exactly. Yeah, so a normal day for me would look like waking up about 3:30 a.m. First session at 4, and I can go from 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Like a straight 5, 6 hours. Take a break and then come back in the evening, knock out another 2 sessions. But lately, because all the gyms are closed, like there's no gyms open, it's been all virtual online. So we had to adjust to that. I mean, the whole fitness industry had to adjust to that. But so yeah, what I've been doing every day at about 7 p.m., I've been doing an online class with my clients, and but just straight up, just working with what we have. Nobody has weights at home. I mean, some people do, but like even me, I don't have weights at home. A trainer, I don't have weights at home. I took some from the karate school to bring home. But so I was like, how do we get creative? How do we keep, active? How do we try to make this as close to normal, as close to what we do as possible? I just said, grab a backpack, go put some textbooks in there, and that's a kettlebell, right? It's heavy. You stuff it, you make it as heavy as you want. So we're still able to do kettlebell swings. We're still able to do shoulder press. We're able to lay on the floor, work a bench press or dumbbell press. We're able to, step and twist with the bag. What else? We could squat with the bag, jump with the bag, put it on the ground, pull it, push it, get a good ab workout. And then for punching, for me, I love using the heavy bag. Every kickboxing class that I do, we always use the heavy bag. So obviously, none of us have a heavy bag at home. So I was like, how do I fill the void of hitting something? Because shadow boxing and hitting the air is very different from making contact.
Yeah.
So I said, how do we fill that void? I said, grab some canned food so you got something heavy in your hands. You're still getting a weight workout. You're still getting resistance. And in some way, it still fills the void of hitting something. So that's what we've been doing, man. We've been doing 45-minute workouts, just like how we're doing Zoom, face-to-face. That's what I've been doing with the crew, with the team. And it's been good. Everybody's still sweating. They're still hitting like 500 calories, 600 calories, 300 calories within their 45 minutes. And then, still learning. Like, for example, are also the karate teachers, the owners, they're doing karate classes online as well. They're running full classes. So like they're doing their kids class online at like 3:00, and then they do the teenagers at like 4:00, and then do jiu-jitsu at like 6:00. They haven't made their own dummies out of clothes. They like got the gi, they put clothes in there and everything, and blankets to make it feel like a person. So it's forcing everybody to be creative and really get out of their comfort zone.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like a blessing in disguise, because we could have been doing online training all along. Really, this is really a good opportunity. It's really good to be doing this, because the power of the internet. Like gosh, we didn't know each other a month ago, right? Or two. We didn't even know each other. We didn't know we existed. But here we are because of Twitter. It's the same thing what we can do online. Like I was just thinking, I was like, man, this could be really cool, because I can be training somebody that's all the way in like New York, because they like my flow, they like my feel, they like me as a person, they like my training. And any trainer could do that. Like any trainer could do that if they have, the personality for it and the hard work for it. And there's enough room for everybody to create an online business in fitness. So it's got my mind really thinking a lot, and maybe I can create an online kickboxing class. I can turn that into where I have a heavy bag in the living room and I'm working one-on-one with somebody, heavy bag to heavy bag. I can turn it to a custom heavy bag. I can have a design. Like it's crazy, man. I've been really pondering on things. So, but yeah, so we all have to adjust. If you don't adjust, then you're just gonna get left behind. So it's either you pivot or you just watch the world move on without you for the time being. So.
Yeah, it's so true, man. I love the innovations you guys are making, and
Yeah,
it's going to be so interesting, like you were saying, like because like in 3, 4, 5, 6, months, you literally could be teaching someone like you were saying in New York, or you could be teaching
yeah,
someone in like Australia, or who knows
exactly.
where.
Yeah. It can go from like in real life, people will go from a yoga class to a cycling class, right? That can happen from people's living room. They can go from a yoga workout, log off, hop onto a cycling workout, log off, hop onto like my kickboxing workout, log off, hop onto maybe they'll do a bathtub swimming workout or something. That'd be hilarious. I don't know. But that can happen, man. Like people can literally just hop off and go class to class online with a different trainer. Like that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Yeah,
So
man, I'm excited to see what's going to be happening in the next few months, next few
yeah, man.
years.
Yep.
Cool.
Wait,
So
like, how old are you, Ulysses?
28.
28. Nice, man. So we're the same age. And then you do a lot of resells too, right? And flipping.
Yeah,
And
yeah, I do that on the side.
that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Yeah, we have to talk about that too. So
Yeah, I actually literally was about to. That was going to be my next question. So
cool.
you were saying I know you especially like getting into like comic books and sports
Yeah,
cards
yeah.
to resell and invest in. Like, so how did you get into that?
Man, the man Gary V got me into that. I would say like just about over a year ago. Um, he preaches like if you need extra income, or if you need to make, another dollar, you don't necessarily have to pick up another job. You don't have to go into debt. You don't have to, um, work another part-time job. Like you can literally go garage selling. And then I remember he recommended start selling stuff within your house. And then I did that, right? And then it's like when you make your first sale, you don't really believe it, right? You're like, is this really gonna work? And then like you put up a T-shirt or something, and it really sells. Like it's real. Like Flip Life is real. It for real works. And then so I did that. I did garage sale shopping. Man, had fun. Came up with some good sales. Like the ones I always tell people, I'm like, I went to somebody's yard. I wasn't even planning on garage selling that day. I was driving. I saw somebody having a yard sale. I got hopped out the car. They had a box of DVDs. They wanted $10 for it. And then within that box of DVDs, there was like TV shows of DVDs, which makes it a treasure because, everything is streamed, right? So if a show isn't streaming and somebody, for whatever reason, remembers that show, they want that show, like CSI. What other show did I sell? I can't remember. They're like shows I never even heard of. The Pretender, I never heard of that. But those DVDs sold, I literally paid like $1 for everything, and they sold for 100 each. I did that 3 times. I made $300 before on some DVDs, man, that I bought $10 worth with the whole box. That's like insane. So garage selling is fun, man. You can really come across some good stuff. You probably like go way more hardcore than me. Like I know I can go way more hardcore. I need to step up my game in that. But the little bit that I have done, it's been wild. It's been insane. So I can see why people do that full time and are doing really well. So what about you? Like how did you get into it? What's your story with it?
So also Gary V.
Nice.
So it's kind of funny because a couple things. One, my wife actually suggested that I start flipping things
Oh
like
yeah,
2 to 3 years ago, and
nice.
I was like, nah, like that's like I don't want to do that. Like
Right, yeah,
I was a
no,
little more self conscious.
yeah,
Like, nah, I don't want to do that. Like,
exactly.
and then it's funny because I was actually I think I don't even remember where I had heard of Gary Vee before.
Uh huh.
But I had kind of been turned off to his content the first time. I think just because he
Yeah,
swore a lot, and I'm not big into swearing and whatnot.
yeah.
Um, and so, but then like I was doing some marketing stuff, and then his videos kept popping up. So I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just like see what this guy has to say.
Yeah.
And then like he started saying stuff. I was like, holy crap! Like he's like on point. And then like I started getting to more of his content. Then he starts talking about like reselling, and I'm like, you know what? I'll give this a try.
Yeah,
So I started
yeah.
going to a few garage sales. I had no idea what I was doing, but like picked up some stuff. Like I remember the first thing I actually sold was a poker set, like a set of chips and everything.
Nice.
I bought it for 25 cents, and I sold it on Facebook Marketplace for I think it was a little less than $20.
Man,
And like when I
nice.
sold, I was like, oh my gosh, I spent like a quarter on that. Like,
I know, right? Your mind is just like, yeah,
yeah,
that's
then
so cool.
I was hooked after that.
Yep. Same here, man. Same here. Like, sold books. One time I found I went to this house and they were selling. This is like the one sale I regret. I feel like I didn't negotiate hard enough. I feel like I should have just bought the whole lot. But they were giving away like these shoes. They were practically brand new, maybe worn once, like athletic running shoes. Brooks. What's the shoe called? A Way 6. New Balance. And I bought it for pretty much, what was it? $7 per shoe. And then I bought like 13 pairs. I forget. I bought like 13 pairs. They all sold, all made money. They sold for like 20 each, 25, 30. So it was a good flip. I was like, I should have just offered them like 200 for everything, I'm sure they would have taken it. Like I should have. That's what I'm learning. Like just give out your offer because like you have nothing to lose, right? Like they want the things gone. They want to get rid of it. So give your offer first, and if they want to raise the price, work it to where you're willing to go. But that's the sell, man. I wish I could go back and just do over again. But yeah, and also like I got some comic books. I don't know if you heard about the Eternals in within the Marvel universe.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I know
Eternals.
Marvel.
Yeah, man. So Eternals, that's like the origin of everything that's happening with Thanos and the Avengers. The Eternals is a race, right? So that's what Thanos is. I don't want to give away too much for people that are like super into the movie, but you already know. So you're a Marvel guy. Thanos is the Eternal, right? And I was like, dude, I need to get these comics because I can sit on this right now. And then when the movie comes out, I bought these comics, I would say like 4 or 5 months ago, maybe even longer than that. I was like, I'm gonna buy these comics now, and then when the movie comes out in November, the hype about the movie I think it's gonna be a really good movie. They got Angelina Jolie in it, they got Salma Hayek in it, a couple other stars, and my theory is that they're gonna show a teen Thanos in that movie or a baby Thanos or something. And I think that's just gonna be crazy. If people see a baby Thanos in a movie, that would just be insane because we haven't really seen a prequel of Thanos, right? It hasn't really been any kind of like, oh, this is like, except when they showed him with the Gamora, right, when she was a kid and all that. But like a baby Thanos, that would be wild, man. That would be wild. So I was like, I want to sit on this. Maybe the hype and the energy of this movie is going to help these comics resell a lot. And then there's sports cards, too, that I'm into, which is currently taking a hit like everything else. But sports cards is wild, man. It's real. It really works. I bought some cards for a really low price. All the cards went up. Every card I got went up. Like I bought some Trae Young cards. I bought them for like 50 each before the season. They went as high as 250 each. I bought like 20 of those. So that's like, I don't know, a $3,600 come up or something like that. Luka cards I bought I got in late on Luka, but I got his cards and they're about 200. They went all the way up to about 600. What else did I get? I got a Zion Williamson autograph card. That card I got it for 1,300, but if I get it graded, it would have sold as high as about 3,500. So sports cards it's crazy, man. It's a crazy world. It's actually this is not me. I'm quoting Gary Vee. It's better than stocks and even like safer than real estate at this moment in time. At what it was before the Corona thing hit, because everything was going up. It was it was hot. Like you could have bought LeBron James cards for 1,200. Those cards went all the way up to 7,000. So it's sports cards is crazy. So hopefully when things do get back to normal, that market does continue to climb. I bought some Kevin Durant rookie cards, which I feel are cheap. I got them for like 300. So I believe when he comes back next season, those cards will shoot up to 900. That's my guess because I think people just forgot that he's like the number 1 or 2 player every year, and he's injured. So people were sleeping on him. They forgot about him. I'm like, well, I did it. So I'm getting him underpriced. That way I can, do the flip thing later. So are you into sports at all, Ulysses?
I am. I love basketball.
Nice. Have you got into sports cards too?
So I haven't gotten very heavy into sports cards. I have a couple, mostly just because I love basketball. I haven't followed the NBA too hard, and basically ever since I got married.
Yeah. How long you been married?
It'll be 5 years.
Nice, man. You guys have kids yet? No.
Yeah, we got I got a almost 3-year-old daughter, and then we got another daughter on the way.
That's awesome, man. Congrats. Congrats on that. That's really cool. Yeah, even with how big I am into sports cards, I probably only watched 5 games of basketball all year. Like I can't sit and watch a game just because I'd rather be doing other stuff. And I kind of just digressed from being a hardcore fan because I would get too animated, and I just didn't like how attached I would get to the game or how attached other people would get to the game. So I was like, I need to step back. But sports cards have allowed me to be a fan again in a different way, which I like. Like, it allows me to be active again like I once was in a much different way. So that's really cool about that.
Yeah, I'm not heavy into sports cards, but I'm heavy into Pokemon cards.
Dude, Pokemon is hot, man. Like, you know those cards we had as a kid where we were just walking, in the classroom, you're like, hey, look at my cards. Dude, if you have like those cards in good condition right now, they're worth money. Like a hologram, that's what it's called, right? Hologram Charizard card.
Yeah,
Like, if you
holographic
have that
Charizard.
card in good condition, man, it goes for like bank.
Yeah, it's crazy. So it's like first edition, like holographic Charizard, like the OG, like goes for like $10,000, depending
Are
on.
you serious?
Yeah, like
Dude,
there's
that's
one.
crazy.
I kid you not.
That's crazy.
They're a shadowless, so it's called a shadowless first
Uh-huh.
edition Charizard card. That one I saw sold for like 300,000.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
That's so crazy, man, because like that's what we grew up on as kids. We used to just really be at school with all those cards. I seen a Charizard card with all colorful, like everybody had like I seen a couple friends have that. You would never think though as a 6-year old,
uh-huh.
we're 28, this is gonna be a $300,000. That's insane. That is insane, dude.
Yeah. It's funny
That's
because we didn't have, so she didn't have that card, but I
yeah,
remember being I think I was like 8 years old, 7 or 8.
yeah,
My sister and I, we go down to the just down the block, go to the card store. We get
yeah,
our very first packs of Pokemon cards.
yeah.
I get mine. I don't remember what was in mine, but she opens hers, and right there's a Charizard.
Wow.
But then she traded it away like a week later. I'm like, no.
Like, hold on to it for another 15, 20 years, right? Man, gosh. Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy what cards can do. And Pokemon don't get injured. So, like Luca can go play his game and then, hurt his knee, that card drops. Charizard is gonna be Charizard forever. Good shape, blowing fire every day. So like it's crazy, man. Like if I knew Pokemon, like how Pokemon, I probably would be into that world. But I really don't know it too much. But I do know it's doing well. That's what I do know.
Yeah, and like you were saying, like with things like Pokemon cards, like trading cards, like unlike basketball, which I do love the basketball and everything, but like that, like there is more of a steady growth. Just because
Right.
the longer it goes, the less there are of those cards, and like you said,
Exactly.
they don't get injured.
Exactly.
Um, so yeah, so I've actually, and you can actually do this a lot with like the flip life in general, like whether it's sports cards
Exactly.
or
Yeah.
comic books or whatever, but you can literally like hold on to stuff. Like that's why I do
Hmm.
a lot more is getting cards from some of the more recent series
Yeah.
for like $30, $50, knowing that in
That's
10,
smart.
15 years, that's gonna be like 1,000, that's gonna be 500, that's gonna be 300.
Dude, man, I gotta pick your brain off of the podcast about Pokemon for sure. Man, and see what to get today and what could be valuable in the future. Like that's really cool, man. What's your favorite Pokemon?
So favorite I always say is Bulbasaur. That was always my go-to as a kid.
Uh-huh. Bulbasaur. And then that's the guy, right? He turned into Squirtle? No, they're two different people.
Yeah, those are two different ones.
Oh, got it. See, I'm bad, dude. I'm
No,
bad.
you're good.
Bulbasaur is the guy with the vines, right? That would come out
Yeah,
of his.
yeah.
Yeah, oh, got it. Man, my parents, they never let me and my brother collect Pokemon cards. They were like, they just did not let us get into it. But mom and dad, now that I'm 28, I'm gonna get into some Pokemon cards.
Like I wasn't huge into Yu-Gi-Oh, but I remember
Yeah,
there
me
was
either.
a kid, um, a kid I used to know who went to church with me like back in the day. His parents at one point were like, no, like trading cards are evil and whatnot, and so he had like
Yeah.
probably like 400 cards. He's like, yeah, I'm trying to get rid of this.
Uh,
Well, I consider this like my first hustle. I found I like found this like electronic what was it, battleship game, like found it on the street, had no idea who it belonged to, traded to him for the cards, and then I was in for 400 Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
wow,
But I don't know what happened to those, but
man, yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh. I have no idea what the Yu-Gi-Oh cards doing today. What I did like about Yu-Gi-Oh, I remember the cartoon. Dude had a deep voice. I remember that. The cartoon was cool. My brother used to always like to watch that. I love the art though. Like that was dope. The artwork with all the characters and their creatures. I was like, that's pretty sick. But I never understood it. I never played it. But I'm sure it probably has some kind of arbitrage to it today. Probably.
Yeah,
So
I know it does. I know there's someone I connected with on Twitter that's like half of his business. It's like Yu-Gi-Oh.
really,
Yeah, but
dang.
I'm not knowledgeable enough at all. Like
Yeah,
to do anything with it.
yeah, yeah, man. So flip life is real. Sports, garage selling, cards. Like anybody who's gonna listen to this, like definitely get on some cards.
For
So
sure, man, for sure. And if you need money for cards, go to a thrift store, find something for like $4, sell it for like 50.
yep, yep. Yeah. Speaking of thrift, do you go to thrift stores a lot? Do you like to try to find things there?
I do, because here in Utah, like once summer's done, it starts getting cold, and so people
Yeah,
stop yard sales.
yeah.
Like it's like literally it snowed last night.
Wow.
And so yeah, there's no yard sales, and so we only have like thrift stores or like clearance or trying to find the arbitrage online and whatnot.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I hit up a good amount of thrift stores the last few months.
Wow. Yeah, I need to. I, I did only a thrift store maybe once or twice, but I feel like there's another avenue there, another opportunity there in thrift stores to find stuff too. Actually, I know there is. I just haven't done it. I have a friend that goes to thrift stores a lot. He comes up with some good stuff. So, well, speaking of Utah, I used to go to Utah a lot. I used to drive there from here to Salt Lake City to go compete in karate tournaments. That was like a 14-hour drive. And then when I was in a network marketing company, I used to go there for a convention every year. So I've been to Utah like probably like I would say 10 times. Yeah. Yeah. And it's definitely different, man. It's cold, nice mountain scenery. But yeah, it's definitely different. It seems a lot slower than the Bay Area for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so but it's a cool place. Definitely a cool place. What brought you out to Utah?
So it's kind of a long story, but my dad basically was looking for another opportunity. Like my family always moved around a lot. Like I was actually
Yeah.
born in New Jersey, and
Got it.
lived in New Hampshire, lived all around the Bay Area. And
Yeah.
just at one point, my dad was looking for another opportunity. So we moved to Utah when I was in high school, and then I just been here since.
Nice. Do you feel like you really like it there? You don't see yourself ever leaving?
You know, I there are definitely pros and cons.
Yeah.
Like I definitely feel safer out here, and I think it's nice. I think it's like that aspect I enjoy, especially not having kids.
Right.
I do miss the diversity,
Yeah.
which I mean it's been growing a little bit in diversity, but not it's not the Bay Area.
Yeah. Yeah, the
But,
Bay Area man has it all. Has it all.
yeah, and I mean you definitely have like a lot of nice people here, like a whole lot of
Mhm.
nice people. But there is a little bit of some Utah culture that I don't really like agree with, you know.
Yeah.
I think that just comes from like maybe a lack of diversity.
Yeah, for
'Cause
sure.
you literally have families who have like generations who have lived here since like the 1800s.
Jeez. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get
I
that.
think I just got mixed feelings. Like I kind of want I kind of like this the more safer, friendly environment, but at the same time, I kind of want my daughters to have you know experience more other diversity, other cultures, other just like get other people's perspectives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm my wife and I were constantly debating whether or not how long we're gonna stay here
Yeah.
because she's not from here
That's
either. She's actually from Washington State.
got it. Got it. Cool, man. Cool. Where'd you guys meet at?
So we met here. So
Cool.
her sister was living here, and so she came out here to live with her sister. And then we actually met through our church, like through an activity, and started dating, got married.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, man. Next question. I'm ready. I'm ready to go.
We met,
Ready to
yeah.
go.
So yes, I think we're just going to wrap up with maybe one or two more questions.
Cool.
Oh man, I had a lot more prepared, but dude, we're just gonna have to do this again sometime.
Yeah. I'm down.
So I'm curious. This has actually been something that's been on my mind a lot lately, just with how everyone's been reacting to like the coronavirus and everything. But what does an abundance mindset mean to you?
Abundance mindset. Good question. I think it means to be super grateful, knowing that even with the little you do have, you can still do a lot. Um, and just knowing that there is no shortage of opportunity. The only limitation you do have is literally the one you put on yourself. Um, not worrying about what people are saying about you, people's judgment. It's constantly having that self-confidence that you can win. And if you're willing to work hard, you're willing to learn, you're willing to just take action. I think that has a lot to do with abundance mindset, knowing that you're never out of the game. Like, you're always in the game. You're always another step away or another turn away from getting to the next level, whatever that could be in your life, for relationship wise, business wise, friendship wise, leadership wise, whatever it is, right? Like, as long as you believe that you keep taking action, you don't believe that you're out of the game, I think you're always in the game. I'm sure you heard of the term, some people look at their cup half empty, but from a different perspective, I like your title, by the way, perspective, that's the name of your podcast. I think that's really cool. From a different perspective, people see their cup half full. It's the same cup, same water, but different way of looking at it, right? Like, I like this analogy that I like to say is like a raindrop. Like, two different people can have the same raindrop hit them, but one person doesn't even feel the raindrop, the other person can get drowned by that raindrop, right? So that the person that doesn't even notice the raindrop, they have an abundance mindset. They're like, oh, it's a drop. I didn't even notice it. Another person, they're like, man, this is crazy. I need a boat. I need my life jacket. It's raining down on me right now. So perspective, man. Like, I think if you have a good perspective in life, I think you're gonna have a lot of abundance too. You're gonna see a lot more opportunity than a person that doesn't. So that's a good question, man. Awesome question.
Man, I love that answer. I especially love that analogy with the raindrop because yeah, how true.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
true, like two people can go through the same exact experience and yet see it completely differently.
yeah, man. Yeah, yeah. Like, we see that every day, even in the situation we're in right now. Like, some people are super freaked out. Um, they're done for, right? Like, people are really scared right now. People are really scared, stressed out. And then you got people who are just like, all right, but how do I take this and keep moving forward? How do I take this and make opportunity out of it? How do I take this and make the most and the best out of it with the phone and the internet and everything that we're capable of doing? So, yeah.
Sure, man. So last question. What makes you happy? What brings you happiness?
What makes me happy? Just constantly doing what I like to do. Um, yeah, I love everything I'm doing. I love being on this podcast. I love creating. I love writing poems. Um, yeah, I think just doing what I like to do, and just making sure nothing affects that. Like, not letting anybody break what I believe, who I am as a person, and what I like to do as a person. Makes me extremely happy. Like, I get a lot of joy out of teaching kickboxing. I can teach kickboxing all day. All day I'm happy. I can look at sports cars and be happy. I can do a podcast, make content all day, and I'm happy. And everybody's happiness is different, right? But I think being happy is really doing what you like to do, not living your life for somebody else and what they believe you should be living your life. Um, I don't know how your parents raised you or anything like that. My parents, they raised me well. But even with my mom and dad, like, there's some things they want you to do, and like, that's happens everywhere. Parents want you to live a certain way, and then you start living for them and not living for yourself. But yeah, I think when you just start really focusing in what you like to do and what you're about, your truth, your authentic self, I think that keeps you super happy. That's what keeps me happy. So I don't know everything about happiness, but that's the feeling I get every time. And when I'm doing what I like to do, I'm always happy. So
Yeah, man. Well, let me tell you, talking to you for like the last 30, 40 minutes, man, I can tell you do seem genuinely happy.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate that, Ulysses.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
this has been like a really fun podcast, really fun to talk to you. And yeah, we'll definitely have to do this again. Oh, real quick.
yeah,
So, how can people get a hold of you? How can they, I know you're on social media. Can let everyone know how they can find you.
yeah. Connect with me on Instagram and Twitter at Jason WTTW. I'm on Facebook, Jason Richardson Albini. TikTok at Jason WTTW. LinkedIn, Jason Richardson Albini. Anywhere you can find me, I'm there. DM me, connect with me. Listen, I'll do the same thing, man. Which are you on Instagram too?
Yeah, yeah. So
What's your Instagram tag?
it's at Ulysses Balansaftagi, if you can spell that.
Don't worry, man. Like when we get off this, I'm gonna shout you out. I'm gonna make cool content and let everybody know, man, that we got an awesome episode and who you are, man. So
Sweet, man. All right, dude, seriously,
sure.
we'll have to do this again sometime.
Yeah, we will. We will. Thanks, Ulysses. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man, appreciate you too.